Hello and welcome back to Lightning Gaming everyone. So guys, in this video I'm gonna show you my list of unique weapons on Conan Exiles. I will also be showing you their abilities and also where to find each of them. So guys, if you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe and then I'll get right into the video. So the very first one on our list will be the Hunger Blades. Like you can see guys, this one gives the bleed as well as the diseased effect. With a health damage of 44 and armor penetration of 19%, this weapon really looks super OP. And is easily one of my favorites in the game. Now guys, just keep in mind this weapon does have a very low durability, so giving it to a thrall is also always a good option, especially because it gives the disease and bleed effect. But yeah guys, so in order to find this weapon, you are gonna have to go right over here on the map. Now guys, you will be doing the Midnight Groove dungeon, which can be activated by talking to this guy. Like you can see guys, you will need 5 arrow flash to start the dungeon. Now you can just kill a scorpion nearby. And once you have it, you can just purchase the potion from him. Next, you just want to drink the potion and that will take you straight to the Midnight dungeon. Now guys, in here you are gonna have to kill those 3 bosses that I'm gonna show you. And from what I found out myself is I would say they all have the same chance of dropping the Hunger Blades. I would just go ahead and kill all 3 of them because they are all 3 easy bosses in the game. But eventually when you get lucky enough, one of them will drop you these weapons and you'll be good to go. Alright, the next one I want to show you is actually a shield, not a weapon. Now guys, what makes the shield very great is the shield is capable of blocking almost all the attacks of NPCs and players in the game. Like I'm gonna show to you guys right here. Like the scorpions, like most other shields won't block that scorpion boss's attack, but this one just blocks it so successfully that I had to put it on this list for you guys. So in order to get the shield, you are gonna have to go over here to the abandoned silver mine. Now this is one of those things that does have a 100% drop rate, so every time you come here and you'll kill this boss I'm about to show you, you will get one of the shields. Now guys, like I mentioned, it's very good at blocking NPC's attack, especially the main boss in the wine cellar, which will be Fag. He can also block most of that boss's attacks. But to get this weapon, you are gonna go right to the end of the silver mine dungeon. We are just gonna make our way down here. And just keep going until we reach the end. You're gonna pass the first scorpion boss. And the one you want to kill is actually this one right over here. So once you kill this guy, he will drop you one of those shields. Alright, so now for the next weapon. Alright, so the next weapon on our list is the World Breaker. Now guys, I had to add this one to the list because of its very high armor penetration. Plus, it is super easy to get some of these weapons. Now guys, like you can see, just look at that damage and armor penetration when I added the master weapon fitting, just a very OP weapon. And I'm just quickly gonna take down the arena champion so you guys can have an idea of how powerful this weapon actually is. Now you can also give this one to a thrall. The thralls works pretty good when equipped with this weapon. Now let me quickly show you guys where you can get your hands on one of these. Alright, so for this we are gonna go to the Warmaker's dungeon. It's right over here like you can see and we are gonna enter it quickly. Now inside this Warmaker dungeon it is a very specific boss that you're gonna have to kill for this weapon. So you're gonna pass this first room. And over here you are gonna turn right into the second one. Now guys, once you made it all the way down the stairs, you're gonna go to your first left. And then it will be the blue boss right there at the end. So let me go quickly over there and show you guys. So if you kill this boss, I would say this weapon has about a 50% chance to drop. Okay, there we go, is that, like you can see, there's the World Breaker right over there. Alright, so for the next weapon on our list will be the Diseased Spike. Now guys, this one also has blood as well as diseased effect, which is very good. Okay, let me quickly show you guys how well this weapon works, and then I will also show you where you can get your hands on one of these for yourself. Alright, so yeah guys, like you can see, this is a very great agility weapon and it will just take enemies down so fast, especially bosses as well because of that diseased and bleed effect. But yeah, this one can also be found in the Warmaker's dungeon, which I'm gonna show you guys in a little bit. Like you can see, it's just a very great weapon. Okay, so to find this weapon, like I said, we're going once again to the Warmaker's dungeon. But the great thing about this one is you are not gonna have to kill all the big skeleton bosses in the beginning to get the keys to progress faster into the dungeon. You are just gonna go through this first door. And next you are gonna go into the blue one. Like you can see, there's the door that makes you go further into the dungeon. You just have to go right in here. You don't need any keys or anything like that. And it's gonna be this red boss right over here. Now guys, this boss doesn't have any weapon. He's just gonna try and hit you with his fists, which is very weak. But yeah, like you can see, there's our weapon right over there. So come and get one of these if you want to. It's very easy and very OP weapon. Now guys, the next one on our list will be the Act of Violence. And the only reason it is here is because of the Executioner perk, and it is a one-handed axe as well. So what the Executioner's perk does is, if any enemy NPC, it can be world bosses or players or anything, has below 10% of their maximum health, you will instantly kill them with one hit, because one hit will cause 10,000 damage points, which is actually insane. So it's basically one hit for anything that is under 10% of their max HP. And for this one, we are gonna go all the way up to the dam, or very close to the dam. We're gonna go right here on the map, right here in the start of the snow. Once you get here, you are gonna look for this bat cave right over here. And you are gonna make your way through the cave to the very first boss with 3 skulls, which will also be a bat. So you are just gonna go down this little small room here, and you are just gonna jump down here. And right over here will be the boss. Now guys, this one doesn't have a 100% spawn chance, but there's only about 3 weapons that can spawn from this boss, so the chances are very good of you getting your hands on one of these. Like you can see, there it is right over there. Next one on our list will be the Blade of 7 Winds. Like you can see, this one is armor penetration is 100% and it has the armor negation perk, which basically ignores the armor of your enemies. So we are gonna equip a master weapon fitting to this guy. Like you can see, his armor penetration is at 112% and it has only 38 health damage. But look at this guys, I'm gonna take on the arena champion. Even with that low amount of damage, just check how much damage I actually do, only because of the high amount of armor penetration. Alright, so to get this weapon you are gonna go down to the spawning pools in the unnamed city. And you are gonna have to kill the Red Mother. This will definitely take several attempts before you actually get this weapon, because it has a very low chance of spawning. But eventually, if you get lucky, you will find this from the Red Mother. And yeah, that's it for this weapon. Now let's move on to the next one. So the next one on our list will be Spectre's Bane. Now guys, this one has Spectre's coating. What that means is it will do a lot of damage to undead enemies. Especially stuff like the 3 skull skeletons you can find in the unnamed city. Like you can see, it has a stacking effect and you will just grind through an enemy skeleton's hit points like it's nothing at all. Just look at that, how fast you can take them down with this weapon. Now guys, to find this weapon you are gonna have to go to the unnamed city. And once you get here guys, basically all the 3 skull skeleton bosses has a chance to drop this weapon. Now sometimes you are gonna have to kill them a few times before you actually get it, but it's well worth it. Alright, so on to the next one will be the White Blade. Now this one is almost exactly the same as Spectre's Bane. Like you can see, it also has that Spectre's coating. And for the damage and armor penetration, it's exactly the same as Spectre's Bane. But this one can only be found by looting legendary chests at the end of dungeons. Like this one right over here. Now on to the next one. Alright, so the next one on our list will be definitely the Riptide. Now guys, this one allows you to breathe underwater. Like you can see, it's got pretty high damage, well 75% melee damage. And let me just quickly show you guys how well it works. Alright, like you can see, when I have it equipped, I don't lose any breath at all while underwater. Now I'm gonna take it off. And like you can see, the breath bar instantly goes down, and if you equip it again, you will have unlimited breath underwater again. Okay, so this one is pretty OP when you use it as a weapon. The only downside is you can only use the light attack, because once you use the heavy attack, it will throw the spear. And it's pretty easy to lose it, like you can see over there. And you will be sitting there without any weapon at all. Alright, so to find the Riptide, you are once again going to Unnamed City. This time you are gonna go and you're gonna kill this bad demon. Now this one also have a pretty low chance to drop, but this is the only place on the Exiled land that you can actually get your hands on one of these weapons. Alright, our next 3 weapons will be the ones with the light source perk. Like you can see, GDR's Great Saber, we have the Glimmer Moon, and then we have the Watchblade as well. Now guys, what does all 3 those weapons has in common is they will all give you some light. It's like you using a torch when you are in dark areas of the map, like caves and stuff like that. Alright, now where to find these weapons? So for Glimmer Moon and the Great Saber, there is only one way to find these 2 weapons, and that is by doing legendary crates at the end of dungeons. As for the Watchblade, you can find that by going to the Unnamed City and kill the skeleton bosses in the Unnamed City. Like this one here, and the Commander right over here, and the Guardian of the Flame. Now guys, all of them has a chance to drop the Watchblade. Okay, so the last one on our list will be the Lifeblood Spear. Now guys, this gives regeneration. What that means is if you have damage every 5 seconds, you will regain 1 hit point. So yeah, let me just quickly show you guys how it works. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take some damage over here. Just gonna let them attack me a few times. There we go, let me just kill them quickly. Okay, let me take some more damage. Okay, that should be enough. Alright guys, so now that I have a bunch of damage and I'm not in combat, you can keep it on your back, it doesn't matter. Every 5 seconds you will regain 1 hit point. That's the main ability of this weapon. And this can be found at the spawning pools as well in the Unnamed City by killing the Red Mother. Now guys, that's it for this video. Please remember to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.